know we can't really see anything right now, but after today and maybe tomorrow, that roof line is gonna look a lot different. So today we're just making sheet pan breakfast sandwiches. We're gonna have this for dinner, and then with our leftover fruit salad from earlier today. And then we're gonna put the rest in the freezer to have for grab and go breakfast. So I just cracked 6 large eggs down in my bowl. And this makes a lot, so don't let it scare you. I'm going to take my pancake mix, and I need 6 cups of pancake mix. And 3 cups of milk. I'm going to pour this just a little bit at a time because this is the only non-used bowl I have right now that I thought might hold all of this. I really need a much larger bowl. So while we mix this, I have my oven preheating to 425, and I've just lined 2 of my pans that I'm going to use so that this doesn't stick. Our oven is all preheated, so we're just going to split this batter between the 2 pans as evenly as we can. We'll just spread it out. I'm going to tore a hole in my paper. That'll be okay. So these are going to go in the oven at 425 for about 15 minutes. While that cooks, we're going to whisk up our eggs. Next up, we're going to crack 12 eggs and add them to our bowl. To our 12 eggs, we're going to add half a cup of milk, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. We're going to whisk these really well. When your pancakes are all done, just slide them off your pan if you didn't tear your paper like I did. Let's see if we can get it to slide from this side. There we go. So we've relined our pans, and we're just going to pour our eggs down into one of the pans. We're going to go ahead and place this in the oven. And then on our other pan, we're going to drop down some sausage. And I'm using a mix of the Jimmy Dean Natural and the Jimmy Dean Maple sausage. Now you need 2 pounds of ground sausage altogether. And we're just going to spread it out on the pan. Now if you're a big meat eater, you might even want to go for 3 pounds of sausage. We are not, so this 2 pounds gives us that nice thin layer of sausage right down the middle. And now our sausage is going to go in the oven as well. So our eggs are going to cook for about 10 minutes at 425, and our sausage for about 15. And while they are cooking, we're just going to take our syrup and drizzle it along both sides of our pancake mix. And you can even do this before you bake your pancake mix and let it get in the batter. However, I found I get a little more burning when I do it that way. So I just lightly pour this on, let it soak in, and then I'll come back and add a second layer. Just so we get that those strips of syrup, and you don't have to take syrup on the go with you. When your eggs come out of the oven, go ahead and sprinkle on a little bit of cheese. I'm just using a mix of Colby, but mostly Sharp, just because the Colby's right on top and the Sharp cheese is right underneath. You can even do slices if you want, make it even easier, but I have some that we've already shredded up. And then when your sausage comes out, just blot the top of it to get all of that oil and grease away. Okay, now that everything has cooled, we're going to do our layering. So I'm just going to pull this away from the edges and take my egg and flip it over on top. And then just remove the paper. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Mine never are. I got some paper stuck, so we're just going to make sure we peel all of that away. Oh, I think I've got it tucked under, that's why. There we go. Next will be our sausage layer. We'll just flip it right on top. So there's quite a bit of oil on this side too, so I do want to pat it down. See if I can scoot it over a little bit. And then here comes the fun part. I think I put a little bit too much syrup on this one, but I think it'll stick okay. So I'm going to flip this one on top. Ooh, I broke it already. And then we're just going to peel this away. So usually if I can get it to keep from breaking, then I do good. But once I start breaking, it's like it falls apart for me. So slow and steady hopefully wins the race. And this is our little corner for here, but I'll just tuck it there. So I do not do well with flipping this whole thing. So my solution is to cut it and then peel each piece apart. However, if you're not careful, it will crumble. So if you think you can flip it, then do that. Or you can put another pan here and flip it that way. I'm going to give it a try because I'm really worried that I'm going to tear this bottom one. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And try and peel this one away. I could really see whenever I was just peeling the edge that I was in for a fun surprise. Yay! That actually looks better than usual for me. Alright, now we're just going to slice it into our squares. And there you go, your complete breakfast sandwich. It's got the syrup already included in it. Now some of these I have made pretty large, so we'll cut them in smaller portions. Thatcher, however, will want one of these giant ones, but we're just going to wrap them up, put them in the freezer, and they'll be ready to pull out and eat on the go. So it might be a little hard to see, but that's kind of how we wanted it. But all of our solar panels are done. Now, it's not hooked up to the grid yet. We're still waiting for the power company to come and tell us we can flip the switch. And we will let y'all know how it goes, but I am so excited. Even the kids are excited. Thatcher wanted to see if we could watch the meter and see how much it was making per hour. But we're not there yet. Getting there though.